What's good, folks? My name's Carlos Caban, and I thought I'd spin up a how to set your background image in NextJS how-to video for those folks that are more, video learners rather than, just thinking through the blog post that I'll be sure to link to. Yeah, so I'll just go through step by step how to do this. It should be fairly quick, 5 to 10 minutes, assuming that, you have everything set up on your machine. Just a quick overview of my local setup. I'll be doing development on M1 MacBook Pro, and I'll be using WebStorm as my IDE of choice. I'm going to show you how to set the background for a Next.js application, application-wide. This isn't going to be for one page. This will be for your entire application. So let's go ahead and remove my example. We're going to start from scratch, and we're going to run yarn create next step background example, where background example is actually the name of the application we want to spin up. So we'll walk you through some of these prompts. Would you like to use TypeScript? Use the default. Would you like to use ESLint? Use the default. Would you like to use Tailwind CSS? Use the default. Would you like to use the source directory? Again, default. Would you like to use App Router? So for this particular example that we're walking you through, let's go ahead and click No here. App Router is actually like a new React feature that Next.js fully adopted. And my blog post was actually written prior to its full adoption and integration into Next.js. So for our file trees to match, you're going to have to click No here. So click, that's not a default, so click No. And for the rest of everything, you can just go with the default. Give it a couple seconds for everything to get spun up. Perfect. And I actually had WebStorm already open here. We're going to close the terminal and open up another one since we recreated the overall project from scratch. And we'll walk you through the file tree really quickly. We're definitely going to be doing all of our work inside of this pages folder. Let's actually get this spun up. So if I look here at my localhost, nothing's running. So let's run npm install. And then we could join it with another command, which is going to be npm run dev, where npm install installs dependencies, and npm run dev is an alias for a script inside of the package.json file. So it's an alias for next dev. So smash enter, and this 2 ampersands actually join these commands. If you didn't include this ampersands, these 2 ampersands, they would just fail because it would think it's an extension of this first CLI command versus 2 distinct CLI commands that need to be run one after one another. Perfect. And if we check here, we can actually see that Next is running locally. So we're going to change the background. For this example, I'm going to leave all this text stuff here so you can see that the actual background is changed. And we're going to use this Wikimedia image that we searched for a couple days back. And let's go ahead and just grab our code from the blog post. 1 second, having issues copy pasting. Perfect. And we are going to actually update the underscore app.js file, and we could just mow over the entire file. So what's happening here? So this is the entry point for your application. So component's going to be a representation for your entire application. Our change wraps that component piece with a div whose background we set to that Wikimedia grass image. And here's some, and this is all just CSS for your div. And this should be applied to your entire application consistently. So if this works, this should change the background to our home, which is inside of this index file. So let's head over to let's sort of at the local host, and you could see that the background actually did change. So if you route to a new page, if you route to a new web application page, then everything should stay consistent, or the background should stay constant while your actual component is changing, or while your code's changing under this component file, which is a representation of the larger application. We'll actually show you how to get text in the center of the overall application in a future blog post, but you could probably do some inferences out of the stuff they provide you out of the box with the scaffolded application. Cool. Let us know. Let us know if you have any feedback, or if if I mentioned anything that was incorrect. And yeah, good luck.